Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here, because today we're diving into a battle that literally every single one of us faces, especially when the world out there just feels, well, a little overwhelming. We are talking about the morning, how we wake up, how we set our intentions, and how we can completely master our mornings using the ancient, time-tested routine of a Roman emperor. We're going to look at how the most powerful man in history built an unshakable foundation for his day, and exactly how you can do the exact same thing.
So, be honest with me for a second. How many times did you hit the snooze button today? Hey, we've all been there. The alarm goes off, it is pitch black outside, your bed is just so incredibly warm, and the absolute last thing you want to do is leave that comfort. You hit snooze once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. You know you have important stuff to do, but you start bargaining with yourself, right? Just 5 more minutes. It feels so innocent in the moment. But as you'll see, that tiny little decision actually sets a pretty dangerous tone for the rest of your day. Here's the real problem with the snooze button. When you start your day this way, you're kinda already losing. By giving in to that initial resistance, you kick off your morning reacting rather than acting. You end up rushing, you feel super stressed out, and suddenly you are completely at the mercy of whatever the day decides to throw at you. You tell yourself, oh, I'll get to my important work later. But we all know how that goes, right? As the hours slip by, your willpower evaporates, your well-intentioned plans fall apart, and you just end up feeling like you're wasting your potential. Bottom line, if you don't take ownership of your morning right from the jump, the day is going to own you.
But get this, the solution to this very modern problem is actually hidden in a private journal from almost 2,000 years ago, written by Marcus Aurelius. Think about this for a second. As the Roman emperor, Marcus was literally the most powerful man in the world. He had the ultimate power to be lazy. I mean, one of his predecessors, Tiberius, basically abandoned the throne to live on an exotic island. His adoptive great-grandfather, Hadrian, barely even spent time in Rome. Marcus didn't actually have to get out of bed or do any work at all. And yet, facing this exact same struggle under the blankets, he actively chose his duty as a human being over comfort.
Before we look at exactly how Marcus argued with himself to get up, I want to ask you a direct question to really chew on. Do you have less respect for your own potential than a dancer has for the dance, or that a miser has for money? Really think about that, because when people are truly obsessed with what they love, they would literally rather stop sleeping and eating than give up practicing their craft. So why on earth do we so easily give up our potential just for a few more minutes under a comforter?
Let's dive into Section 1, the argument under the blankets, a private inner battle.
So picture this. The author of our source material was just an 18-year-old kid wandering through a Borders bookstore back in 2007, struggling to figure out his life's direction. He picks up a copy of Marcus Aurelius's Meditations, and what he finds inside hits him like a ton of bricks. He finds the Emperor of Rome literally arguing with himself about getting out of bed in Book 5 of his private journal. Marcus wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being." Even a Roman emperor had to actively remind himself of his fundamental biological purpose to get moving. He had to consciously tell himself, hey, I wasn't created just to huddle under these blankets and stay warm. He had to go to work as a human being. It's such a profound reminder of our shared human duty.
But of course, his inner voice fights back. He literally writes down his own excuse, but it's nicer here. I mean, how incredibly human is that? Here is a man commanding legions, managing a massive empire, and his brain is saying the exact same thing yours and mine says at 6 a.m. on a Tuesday. But it's nicer here. He had absolutely every excuse to stay in bed, enjoy the warmth, and let someone else handle the empire's problems for a few more hours.
But Marcus brilliantly fires right back. He essentially asks himself, wait, were you born just to feel nice, or to actually do things and experience them? He tells himself to look at nature. He looks at the plants, the birds, the ants, the spiders, the bees. All of them are just going about their individual tasks, putting the world in order as best they can. And then he drops this cutting question on himself, and you're not willing to do your job as a human being? The author of our source actually printed this exact passage out and highlighted it on his college apartment wall, because it is just the ultimate wake-up call. Marcus knew, for sure, that winning the morning was the key to winning the day.
Which brings us to Section 2. 3 Stoic morning habits. Winning the morning.
Okay, so what does winning the morning actually look like in real life? We know we've got to get out of bed, right? But then what? Well, winning this early battle sets the absolute unshakable foundation for everything else that follows. For the Stoics, taking control of the day comes down to 3 specific, highly actionable habits. Number 1, the morning journal.
Number 2, taking a wandering walk. And number 3, concentrating like a Roman. If you implement these steps, I promise you, you will transform your mornings from reactive, stressful chaos into a period of structured, powerful calm. Let's break them down.
Let's dive into habit number 1, the morning journal. The Stoics were massive fans of journaling. Just think about this for a second. Epictetus, who was a former slave, Seneca, who was a massive political power broker, and Marcus Aurelius, the emperor. 3 men with radically different lives, yet they all shared this one foundational habit. And there's a reason brilliant minds across history, from Oscar Wilde to Ben Franklin, were dedicated journalers. It acts as spiritual windshield wipers for your brain. Before you check your phone, before you open a single email, you sit down in a private space and you just have a conversation with yourself about how to be better today. It completely clarifies the mind.
All right, moving to habit number 2, take a wandering walk. The Stoics were always seeking stillness, because they knew a still mind produces the best work. But here's the wild paradox. The absolute best way to still your mind is actually to put your body in physical motion. Seneca specifically advised taking wandering outdoor walks so that the mind could be nourished and refreshed. Before you dive into the noise of the world, just take a walk around your neighborhood. By the time you get back, your headspace is going to be perfectly primed.
And that sets us up perfectly for habit number 3, do deep work. Or as Marcus put it, concentrate like a Roman. 2,000 years ago, Marcus Aurelius advised concentrating on the task in front of you like a Roman, as if it were the last and most important thing in your life. Today, modern productivity experts like James Clear advocate for literally the exact same thing, carving out 2 sacred hours in the morning just for deep, focused work. The principle hasn't changed at all. Good work is realized in small, focused steps. You absolutely have to tackle your most important task early, eliminating distractions before the day gets away from you and your willpower just runs out.
Which brings us to section 3, the bonus day mindset, balancing the books of life.
So, we've got the habits to get us moving and working, but to really tie this all together, we need to totally shift our perspective. We're moving away from simple morning productivity into profound existential gratitude. To really grasp this, we need to understand a concept called Memento Mori. This is the ancient Stoic practice of remembering death. Now, I know, that sounds a bit morbid at first, but it's actually the ultimate sobering tool. We spend so much energy pretending death doesn't exist. Embracing Memento Mori, though, it pulls you completely and urgently right into the present moment. It makes you deeply aware of exactly how you're spending your limited time.
To keep this front and center, the author of our source actually carries a heavy bronze Memento Mori coin in his pocket every single day. The coin features 3 distinct symbols. There's an hourglass, representing time slipping away, there's a skull, representing the inevitability of death, and there's a flower, representing the fragile beauty of life. On the back, it carries this startling inscription, "You could leave life right now." It's a very physical, tangible reminder that our time is finite, so we really cannot afford to waste our mornings.
This actually ties perfectly into Seneca's philosophy. He said that if you balance the books of life each day, meaning you treat every single evening as if your life is totally complete and you've done all you can, then waking up the next morning means you're playing with house money. Every new dawn is a bonus day. You don't have to be stressed sitting in traffic. You don't have to get angry dealing with annoying people, because nothing is actually being stolen from you. You're simply grateful to still be here, coming back to the present moment to do the absolute best you can.
So what's the core takeaway here? It's simple. Today is a gift. Having a truly better day does not require some crazy, complicated modern life hack. It simply requires the discipline to pull off the blankets when it's cold, the stillness to clear your mind, the focus to do your duty, and the immense gratitude to realize that today is a bonus. If you commit to waking up just 30 minutes earlier tomorrow to journal, to take that wandering walk, or to sit down and do your deep work, you will completely change the trajectory of your life. I guarantee it. So I'm going to leave you with this one final provocative question. Which of these 3 Stoic habits are you starting tomorrow? Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for next month. Choose one right now. And hey, if you want to continue mastering your mornings and getting this kind of ancient wisdom delivered to you completely for free, you can sign up for the daily Stoic email. Take ownership of your morning, go to work as a human being, and start treating today like the incredible bonus it is. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and we will see you in the next one.